What's your take on surrogacy?
Now that's how you fulfill so.
Okay, the question is, do you guys first understand what surrogacy is all about? Okay, I know I pastor Intelligent Church. So, what's your take on surrogacy?
Okay, personally, I don't see anything wrong with surrogacy. In fact...
Let me explain it to them so that they'll be understanding
Okay.
it. Surrogacy is couples that are not...
They're unable
to give birth.
Unable to carry their own children. So maybe the woman is getting pregnant, but she's miscarrying. Different things are happening.
Yes.
So they place the embryo, that's the husband's sperm, the woman's egg, and then it has become an embryo. They now put it through IVF and put it inside someone else.
Another person to carry.
To help them carry and then
deliver the baby and they now collect the baby.
Usually through C-section. And then they now carry their baby.
That's what she's answering.
Okay. So personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. Why? Because it's even scriptural. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a surrogate for God. She carried the baby for God.
Yes.
And so, if you ever find yourself in that situation, interestingly, I don't see anything wrong with surrogacy. I don't see anything wrong with adoption because we're all adopted. When did God push you? I'm a child of God, I'm a child of God. Which day pushed you? Hey, you are adopted.
Yeah.
It is what Jesus did that gave us rights to now become children. He's the firstborn of us.
Yes.
So we're all adopted. So when people say things like, oh, that child that is adopted, okay, they are rich children, that's your real child. Yes. That's your real child. So there's nothing wrong with surrogacy. There's nothing wrong with adoption. There's nothing wrong with IVF. There's nothing wrong with C-section. So do not allow anybody put that on you. In fact, Apostle Paul said, let no man trouble me, for I bear the marks of Christ on my body. So let me tell you, the problem is people are traditional. So you see people who even had C-sections to save their life now feel as if there's something wrong with them or they are less of women because they did not push and do it the vaginal birth. Sometimes those women are in labor for 24 hours. Sometimes almost 36 hours, and then the baby's heart rate is dropping. So it's an emergency. It's not even by choice. And it is a major surgery. If you know what God did for you, that you came out of that surgery alive, you will come out and give thanksgiving and not hide it. So I've seen a lot of people lose their lives because somebody say, I want her to give birth like the Hebrew women. How do you know how the Hebrew women gave birth? They said before they even arrived, the baby came out. Are you sure it's not CS? They did not do labor. So before we start saying things, let's be clear on it. So, because this thing where you ask me now, they make me vex well. Because I deal with it on a regular. You see women almost dying. The husband say, it's not their maid that is pushing. Sir, have you been in labor? Do you know what they are going through? My first child, when I was having my daughter, Davida, before Pastor K, they don't even ask, before they see, they ask, come and sign something. I had preeclampsia. It was a case of life and death. Before she was born a month before she was due. I was still speaking English. They don't run me side yet that or you both they follow you, they do that one. Now because they ask you question, that's why you say, I will not sign. She should push like other people. I will not sign. Pastor K, you know even before that's in before he sign. The king don't come out. Because they're always about the life of the person. So there's nothing wrong with surrogacy. If you cannot carry your children are not formed in the womb, they're formed in the heart. So that child is your egg. The child is your sperm. And even if it is not, if it's a child that you adopted, it's your child. So carry your child. I know many women. One woman asked me a question. I was confused. She asked me a question. She said, and the reason why she's thinking about adoption, not adopting, is that when she now has her own child, what will she do with the child she adopted? I say, you are on alcohol. And the Bible says that you should avoid alcohol because there's excess. Why will you say, the child that you adopted, how is that a child that is different? That's your child. Just because you didn't push the child does not mean it's not your child. I told her, I said, don't you dare adopt. Don't ever try it. Because your heart does not have the love to handle a child.
Thank you. Another question. This surrogacy is the surrogacy that probably the wife has issues. There's no egg. Something has chopped the egg. The man has something. and they want to go and borrow egg. Donor. You are talking this in formal. Donor egg. There's a donor egg somewhere in the in the bank.
Yes.
No. There's one girl by the back of the street that they want to borrow her egg.
So now that's where I have a problem.
And that's where I want you to explain it.
Where I have a problem is when it is not done legally and in the correct order. Go to a proper fertility clinic and let them help you screen eggs and you pick. Not somebody that's my sister, my younger sister, is as if she's the way her body is, she has plenty egg. Let's collect from her so that it will be in the family. No. That's setting yourself up for problems in the future. Because in the future, whose child is it really? Is it auntie that gave us egg or you that the child is calling mommy? Then tomorrow you and auntie will quarrel and she will use it to insult you. No, be me give you egg. If I won't carry my pikin, I will carry my pikin. They talk to me anyhow because they don't call you mommy. Because human beings are human beings, and human beings are wicked. Desperately wicked. So if you're going to do it, there has to be legal papers that you will see during the period you're carrying my child, you will not sleep with your husband. There will not be mistake that you now say, oh, you mistakenly slept, so the egg shifted, then your own egg entered. Then stories that touch. My younger sister produces movies. She produced a movie called Mama Drama on this surrogacy issue. That the sim entered K-leg. Somebody helped them carry child. Then after a while, her husband was going to war. She now quickly slept with her husband, not knowing that the one they put inside had gone. Her own now entered. She gave birth, gave them the child. Only for her, many years later, the one she had now died. Then she came back and saw that this child resembled the one that died. So could it be? They now found out that it's really a child. This matter I'm telling you like this was in court. Court to collect child back. Child that was now almost 10 years. That has lived with another family, a rich family. You that you don't have money to even feed yourself. You want to drink, you want to go and carry a jabot and put inside one-room apartment.
Thank you.
So you have to be careful. There has to be legal papers. You have to do it the proper way. Go to a fertility clinic and do it properly.
So another question. We have to flog this matter.
It's fine.
Otherwise, these people. The surrogacy, the same kind of surrogacy that the man is fertilized is okay, and then they want to implant. And then this lady that they are implanting inside, carrying this baby, who is the lady? And what will be the lady's profession in the eyes of the Lord?
Her profession?
Yes. What, a lady is not married though, is not married. Her work is to surrogate for people. What's her profession?
Interestingly,
at the time... Sorry, Pastor Mildred. And the lady is a member of House on the Rock, eh? And suddenly she's not married and she's appearing with a surrogate pregnancy. And Pastor, I will ask, I care. So what's happening? He said, don't worry, it's not my own. I'm just carrying it for somebody. Just carrying this for somebody. So what is her profession?
Interestingly, Pastor, it depends on what side of this story you fall on. That's when you become sympathetic. It took me 8 years to have my first biological child. When you are looking for a child, any miracle God gives you, if you see somebody who's willing to help you carry the child, you will not even be thinking, how would they see if the person is willing? This is a solution for a couple who has tried, who has prayed, who has cried, and possibly their faith is not like mine, that I was able to build my faith and over 8 years to be able to say, oh, I'm going to carry my child in my womb. This is God's will for me. If their faith is not up to that, I don't see the difference between that and adoption. Now, the issue is the person is your choice. So you fall on the side of the surrogate because she's single, and then what will people say? Because the real issue here is what will people say. I don't even think it's a case of God, because Mary wasn't married. She wasn't married when she carried the baby for God. So it's because you are her pastor and you are looking at, you are a single girl. What will people say? You are not married. When you now marry, well, how will your husband take it? You are thinking about all those things. I don't know the reason why she's doing it. I don't know why. But I can tell you that the couple she's doing it for are extremely grateful. And they can't wait to carry their child. And that's on the side I fall on.
Pastor Mildred, clap. Pastor Mildred, Lego.
I don't think it's such a big deal. If our concern is what people will think, people will always stop. And as a pastor, I'm sure you have ladies in church that have gotten pregnant outside wedlock. Every pastor, yes, your church no big. If your church big, you go get. So we're already doing surrogacy since. We they do. And sometimes those men that impregnated her have disappeared, or they are not men we can track. So now all of us go still take care of. We have a single moms fellowship in our church. So you have to take care of them. So we're already doing surrogacy. We are just, this aspect of it is just new to us. And we will adopt. We adapt rather. It takes a while, but we'll get used to it. It's not something you just go about and be carrying baby, But if a family really has a problem with who will carry their child and somebody is willing to do it and it's going to work, it's the same as adoption. Adoption, not you carry the baby. You just got the child from somebody. It's the same thing. And it's the same way society frowns at adoption too, which we don't know why. Society frowns at it, but it's not correct. Every child is supposed to grow in a home, whether you born them or somebody else. And the truth is that adoption has been going on since our forefathers' times.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are many times that people give birth and somebody takes over the child, even though the person have their own children, but this woman cannot take care of this child. They will send the child to you in Lagos, send the child to you somewhere, and you raise the child. There are people here that even grew up like that. You grew up in another person's house, and they raised you like their own. So we are all just trying to be new to something that has been going on forever.
All right, thank you. Let me not overflow the issue, but what I'm trying to correct, if I have the permission, is to correct the professionalism in surrogacy, where women go about looking for who to carry baby for and collect money in the name of surrogacy. Okay, because I feel that if somebody has problem of kidney and you willingly, sympathetically go and donate your kidney, you can as well carry the person's baby who is in a plight. You carry her baby and also give it to her. But when you now stand as a donor, and if you need kidney, just consult me. And then we are now bargaining. How much is it? 15 million, 30 million. And then you give the kidney. Suddenly, the other kidney now grow a little more. You say, I still have extra. Where somebody is down on a,
commercializing it.
Commercialize. That's the aspect I want to.
Okay, but I think so. Your issue is more of an ethical issue or a moral issue, more like. It's not that it's right or wrong, because somebody can choose, for instance, to give a service for free. Somebody else can choose to charge for it. It doesn't make it wrong.
Yes.
It's just that we feel sympathy that you should at least do it free. If somebody wants to donate their kidney and wants to charge to that person that wants to die, he doesn't mind whether he's paying or he's free. Not. I want to live. Understand? But we can say, Shebi is your cousin, Shebi is your friend. But if he says, I know they do it for free, if I go remove my kidney, I go pay. If that's what will keep me alive, I will pay. Do you understand? It's an ethical or moral issue. It's not really a right or wrong issue. It's just that to you, it's like Pastor, in church, there are people that serve for free. There are people that serve in church to pay.
I know.
I don't think anybody should charge church, but there are people instrumentally they charge. So is it that you want keyboard, you don't want keyboard? If the only person we have is charging, we won't say we will not play keyboard. Do you understand? So it's more of your personal, I don't like, but reality, anybody can charge for free. There are pastors that they charge to come and preach. Now, you are in ministry now. There are people that if you invite to come and preach, they will charge you ahead.
Yes.
My fee is $10,000 if I come and preach in your church. But we don't think, me and you, at least, I hope that's how we are. We don't think it's... because
plan on top of another person's head.
Because we don't do like that. We don't think it's right. But there are people that do like that. Some of this music, at least Pastor Ike shared it in this morning. Some of these music people that you see come and sing, they charge you. You are not singing worship song. For pastor inviting them, they give you the bill on ground. That is $2 million for me to come and sing in church. So personally, I don't think it's supposed to be so. But at the same time, I'm not the one paying their bills and running their team. They have a large band of 10, 20 people sometimes. Who will feed all those people? So, all these things are... So you be fully persuaded, your own mind.
Thank you. I really wanted us to... Yes, clap.